and then they yell at a room mic like you normally would do gang vocals. Sean said, exotic scales are my bad habit. I agree. I rarely ever am in like a regular minor or major scale. I don't fuck with that a whole lot. But I have someone in the chat here that really likes, what is it? I don't remember which major, but it is a major. I don't think in keys, I guess. That's the weird thing, because it's like, fucking D minor is the saddest key, and I'm just like, it's the same groups of notes. The spacing is the same. If you move it up to E, it's still the same note grouping, so I don't understand that. But I'm also not a pianist. They think in very different ways than a guitar player would. Let's do drums first this time. Oh, it's D major. Hey, how about that? Neapolitan major. Stick with that. Try writing something in that. Here are the drums. Wanted to try and mix it up and do something different for the demo because I kind of get caught in the loop of doing the same shit. Kind of axing with the China on the snare drum. I'm fucking pumped to play this one live. It's coming up in a couple weeks. Just drive in the rhythm. Tribal with double bass. Big fill. Actually, I've gotten away from exotic scales a bit and gotten to use Phrygian a lot more just because it lends itself to functional harmony better than the weird scales I'd play otherwise. Yeah, Phrygian is definitely one of the better of the natural major minor family of scales in the modes. I'm a fan of Lydian. So fucking confusing to play, but I'll get it. %. I mean, you're sharpening and flattening notes of what most of the scales are anyway, so it's not really that difficult to just translate the notes over. On guitar, at least. Trying to keep it mixed up as much as possible. That's the benefit of programming. A lot of the writing that I do, I can just like learn the parts instead of just like falling back to my usual. It's easy to get caught in that, just going with instinct. Just accenting with the palm muting of the guitars here with the kick drum. It's been a long time since I've been this excited to play a new song. Alright, any takers for what exactly I want isolated next? Want me to go over any of the parts on guitar? I would do it on drums if I had the drum kit here, but I don't have the setup for that. Leftover, we can we already isolated the guitar solo and the lead guitar stuff. We could do the rhythms, the bass, vocals. That's pretty much it. Bass, okay. And this is a case of the bass. We normally just like, hey, let's just follow the guitar. I wanted to consciously make the effort to make it do different stuff, especially in the intro here. And it kind of links more in with the guitar here. Or, not, opposite of that, the drums. That's what I meant to say. Alright. There, it does something different than that's all there. Recorded on this active Jackson CB XT concert bass, and the aggressive tone comes a lot from his pickups, which I never really anticipated, but they sound great. We recorded and captured probably the best bass tone out of any of your recordings on a demo for what's probably going to be the final track of the second full length, and that's in C# standard, and I used a detuner to tune it down a whole step. There's this bass that recorded that. Scoop Woo has heard that song before. And then this was kind of like a bass is just kind of playing different notes within the chords that the guitars are playing. So it's a little bit trickier to play than you'd think. All right, there's the bass for the whole song. Okay, it's just Guitar Rig 6 running through the jump amp with the settings. Believe it or not, it's like the pickups are doing a lot of the work there. So, noise gate in front of the jump amp and the match cabinet to it. So it's not running through a bass amp. It's running through a guitar amp. The gain is on the high setting. Preamp is actually surprisingly low. Bass is almost maxed out. Mid is almost maxed out. Treble is kind of a little bit past half. Presence is all the way up and master is all the way up. But the active pickups are punching the shit out of the front of this amp. So like it already is gonna, and not only that, but when I recorded the bass, I'm like picking almost as hard as I can. I mean, honestly, there you go. That's the secret. That's the trade secret. The muscle tones come from hitting very hard and palm muting as heavily as you can, at least on the guitar side. I mean, we really don't have a whole lot of stuff going into it. It's just like if you have a high gain amp, and especially on guitar specifically, if you have a high gain amp and your bass is tight and high and your mids are high, you cut the treble back a little bit and you dig into the strings like you're trying to hit them, like you're trying to break them, they're going to sound like this. Or like this. It's the Meshuggah approach. The earlier albums that they did, like the first two full lengths and then the EP they did, they sound like that. I mean, they're just hitting the shit out of the guitar going through a boosted EL34 loaded tube amp with the bass really tight and pretty high on the register and mids high. I mean, that's pretty much it. The bass, if you have a good bass with good pickups and you hit the strings, almost anything you run it through is going to sound regressive. Aggression is definitely the key here. Do you guys want me to run the guitars isolated through the whole song or the vocals first? I'm good with either one. Nothing? I'm making a decision. Oh, guitars, okay? I was just saying, if you guys don't say anything, I'm making a decision myself. Okay. So, typical left right hand guitar, two guitar band stuff. Left guitar is doing a lot of open woo guitar power chord things because it's just preparing to do the dive bombs. The right hand guitar is doing the most of the work on the intro at least, and then it matches back up when lead guitar stuff is not happening. So it kind of is like how it would come off live.